Alright, so I sound a bit weird, and this is because I've been fighting to get this audio thing working correctly. I've been having a bunch of issues as it relates to just fixing this up. In addition to that, I've been a bit busy as usual, but I decided I'll have to go ahead and get this thing working to some extent, so I can actually make some videos. So in this video, what we're going to be looking at is variables, and this is a pretty awesome part of Go or any programming language in general. I want to cd into the folder that we created some time ago, which I'm actually going to change because I really don't like this. I'm gonna either create a new profile or something, because I don't really like how this is. So yeah, just note of that. So we're gonna go ahead and look at what we have in here. First, we have the hello world.go, the readme.md file, and the values.go, which is for the previous tutorial. I'm gonna go ahead and vim a variables.go file, and first thing is our package main. We want also the fmt and fump library, and everything is going to be calling from the main function. And I was watching a lecture or a presentation by Rob Pike the other day. He said something, I think it was yesterday actually, and he said something weird like approximately. This is where the function execution actually starts. Oh, he said it was approximately. You can go ahead and look for the tutorial or the presentation actually. It's on YouTube. Now for Go, variables are explicitly declared and used by the compiler. So this is, for example, to check the type correctness of functions. And there are about three ways to define or declare a variable. So the var keyword declares one or more variables. So we're gonna just go ahead and create one. So we're gonna say var is equal, so var a, which is our variable here, and this is equal to initial, and this is pretty much as easy as it goes, and it pretty much infers the type right here, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and do an fmt print line, and we're gonna print a, because this is our variable. Again, as I mentioned, you can declare multiple variables at once. So we can say var b c, and these will be an integer. So you can also add, explicitly just add the type, and this will be equal to 1, 2, and we're just gonna go ahead and fmt.print line, and we're gonna print out b and c here, and this will give us b and c, as you can see there. Again, we also have Boolean expression, and again, this Go will infer the type of the initial variable. As you can see up here, it will initialize it as, or infer it as string, and this one is going to be a bool, and it will also do that for us. So fmt print line, and we're going to print d, and we don't necessarily have to initialize, give it a value at right there and then. Variables declared without a corresponding initialization or zero valid. So for example, the zero value for an int is 0. So we can go ahead and do something like var is equal to var e, and this is an int. So we have it right there, which is going to be a 0 value. So we're just going to go ahead and print this out. So print line, and we should get a 0 here because that's the 0 value or the default value that will come from it. Additionally, Go has this awesome colon equal syntax, which syntax, which is a shorthand for declaring and initializing a variable. So for example, we would do something like var, as you can see before. So var string, and we'll equal this to something like apple, and this will give us the basic declaration here. But we could also just remove all of this and just put the colon equal here is equal to apple. And actually I made a mistake. This should be var. It should be the variable, the name of the variable actually. And there we go. So I can just go ahead and just print this out. And that is pretty much it. So I looked at pretty much just two ways, because we're going to look at constant later on. And that's, I guess, is just another way of declaring variables. So we have the var keyword is one way, and also the shorthand syntax. Another thing that I would like to highlight is the fact that we cannot use this syntax outside of the function, while we can, or outside of a function, or I guess outside of the main, I don't remember exactly, but we can use the var keyword out here. But if we should use the other one, it should show an error. So we can actually just test that out. So let me just go ahead first, write this, and then we're going to go ahead and run this. And you can see, oh, we should see the into, oh, my mistake. We're running variables.go, and there we go. So we have all of what we should have: the initial, which is a string value, the two values that we had created, the two when we initialize the two, or declare the two variables in one initialization, the inferring of the Boolean value, the zero value for the int, and also the shorthand syntax there. So again, I'm going to go ahead and go back in here. I'm going to show you that we can do something like this. So we can do variable g is equal to, let's say this is also an int, and it is equal to 1. And no, cannot do 1, 3. And we can come in here now and print this out. So we can do fmt dot print line, and we can print g in here. So I'm going to go ahead and write this out, and we can run this again, and you can see that we get 3 there. But if we should go back in here now and do something like where is it? Let's say we did h is shorthand syntax is equal to 4, and we should infer it as well, and we come down here and try to print out h. What's gonna happen now is it's going to give us an issue, because non-declaration statement outside function body. So you cannot declare this type of you cannot use a shorthand syntax outside of the function body. You should be able to use it. Should be undo. You should be able to use it outside. You should be able to use it inside of any other variable function, just not outside of the function. So let me just remove this line, blank. And there we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this, and we're going to run it again, ensure that everything works. So that is pretty much it for variables as it relates to Go. They're pretty simple. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.